Agriculture and cancer risk linked in new study. Counties in Pennsylvania with more cultivated cropland and heavier herbicide use show significantly higher melanoma rates, according to new research published in JCO Clinical Cancer Informatics. The 5-year analysis points to a stronger connection between agriculture and cancer risk than previously documented, signaling potential implications for rural and metropolitan communities living near farmland. A 15-county melanoma hotspot emerges in south-central Pennsylvania. Researchers from the Penn State Cancer Institute examined melanoma incidence among adults 50 and older between 2017 and 2021. They identified a statistically significant cluster of elevated cancer rates across 15 contiguous south-central Pennsylvania counties, where melanoma incidence was 57% higher than the state average. This cluster includes both rural and metropolitan regions, challenging long-held assumptions that agricultural health risks are primarily rural. According to the published study, these counties contain nearly 3 times more cultivated cropland than others statewide, and a markedly higher share of land treated with herbicides. Cropland and herbicide use strongly associated with melanoma incidence. After adjusting for ultraviolet radiation and socioeconomic factors, 2 variables consistently stood out. A 10% increase in cultivated cropland corresponded to a 14% increase in melanoma cases. A 9% increase in herbicide-treated acreage correlated with a 13% increase in melanoma cases. This pattern aligns with the geographic distribution of Pennsylvania's agricultural sector, where crops such as corn, soybeans, grains, and oilseeds account for a large share of the state's herbicide-treated acreage. Laboratory and epidemiological studies referenced in the paper support several mechanisms by which pesticides and herbicides may influence melanoma development, including photosensitivity, oxidative stress, immune disruption, and DNA damage. Environmental exposure extends beyond farm workers. One of the study's most striking conclusions is that cancer risk does not appear limited to occupational exposure. Herbicides and pesticides can drift beyond application sites, settle in household dust, and move through air and water pathways. This means that individuals with no direct role in farming may still encounter environmental exposures associated with elevated cancer risk. Peer-reviewed studies cited within the research show that homes near cropland often contain higher concentrations of agricultural chemicals, and that pesticide drift can affect entire communities, not only the agricultural workforce. These findings mirror trends reported in agricultural regions of Utah, Poland, and Italy, where melanoma clustering has occurred in areas with substantial pesticide use. What the findings mean for public health strategy. The research suggests that states with intensive agriculture may need to broaden their environmental health surveillance and cancer prevention strategies. The authors emphasize the relevance of a One Health framework, an approach integrating environmental, occupational, and public health considerations into a single coordinated system. In Pennsylvania, the 15-county melanoma cluster falls entirely within the Penn State Cancer Institute's catchment area, creating opportunities to advance community-focused prevention initiatives. These efforts may include expanding biomonitoring of pesticide exposure, improving outreach to farmers and neighboring communities, supporting integrated pest management practices, strengthening early detection and skin screening programs. The study's authors note that many agricultural pesticides commonly used in the United States, including several banned in the European Union, require closer evaluation for potential long-term health impacts. A signal worth investigating. While the research does not prove causation, it presents compelling evidence that agricultural patterns and chemical-intensive farming practices may contribute to cancer disparities. The authors caution that melanoma risk is influenced by genetics, behavior, access to care, and environmental exposures, but note that the geographic alignment between cropland intensity and melanoma incidence is too strong to ignore. As agricultural regions continue to expand and chemical use remains widespread, the intersection of agriculture and cancer risk is becoming an increasingly important area of environmental health research. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites presented by E+E Leader. For partnership opportunities, reach out to a member of our team.